Hey guys, with this being the first video in June, that means I have officially been making YouTube videos and been along this YouTube journey consistently for 12 months. We celebrate small wins here, people. So with that in mind, I think it is time for an upgrade. Much better. So without further ado, this is my net worth update for June 2026. Hey, if you guys are new here, I'm Riley. This is my wife, Sophie, and I'm 27 and she's 26, and we live here in Queensland, Australia. We both work as emergency nurses, and I have developed an interest in personal finance with a goal to build enough financial security and stability for my wife and I so we can possibly go part-time or even be work optional by the age of 40 years old. I make this video once per month to be transparent with my finances, share what I've learned over the past month, and also to track my progress. So if you like that kind of stuff and enjoy this video, make sure you subscribe because another one will be around really soon. And if you would be so kind as to hit the like button and watch the video the whole way through because it really helps me grow this small channel. And also for a quick caveat before we get into it, all of the money values will be discussed in Australian dollars. So if you're watching this video outside of Australia, make sure you take that into account before doing your own calculations. So go grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get into the numbers. Shares and stocks. As of this month, we currently hold $18,953.25 in total across all of our share investments. But for our US and international stocks, we hold $14,402.94. And that is an increase of $1,861 or 14.8% from last month's figure. So we had a really nice bounce back last month, and that momentum has seemed to keep on going because the gain of this month is almost exactly the same as last month, which is just more interesting than it is important. But we put 750 Australian dollars into VOO this month. So we now have $3,587 invested in VOO. VOO is an ETF that tracks the S&P 500 if you haven't heard of it already. It's a super popular low-cost way to get broad exposure to the US economy. We also have $7,157 invested into QQM, and this gives me exposure to the NASDAQ 100, which is the top 100 tech companies in the States. And I use this ETF as the primary growth engine for my portfolio. Now, we currently hold $2,791 in VEU. VEU is my ex-US all-world ETF that I use to diversify my portfolio outside of the US market. So my split has changed a little since last month because I don't perfectly split up my investments to keep these percentages exact because that would end up costing me more brokerage fees than I am willing to pay. So instead, I'll just keep rotating my investments into the ETFs that need a top up to get closer to this targeted percentage. Now, super quick, if you want to start your investing journey and want a little jump start, download Stake. Stake is the investing platform that I personally use. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I will leave my referral code down in the description, which is just a code that anyone gets if they own an account. But if you plug it in, you could possibly get a free stock worth up to $100 like a stock in Nike. So if you're gonna start investing, you may as well give it a little jump start, and also it helps support the channel a little bit as well. Now for our Australian stock investments, we have in total $4,544.60 in Aussie stocks, and that is an increase of $818.16 or 21.9%. So nice to see more gain here as well, keeping in mind that we also put $750 into this section as well. So majority of that gain is our own investment, but most of that investment was put into VHY, but with a small amount of leftover, I also bought a little bit of IHD this month as well. So to cap it off, we now have $2,016 invested into VHY. We have $1,629 invested into IHD, and we also own just shy of $900 worth of INCM. Now, all of these ETFs are high dividend Australian funds. They all pay their distributions quarterly. And a nice little bonus is that these dividends are majority franked as well. That means I not only receive income from them, but I also get franking credits, which reduce the tax I'd normally pay on those dividends. So the easy way to say that is just the income that I'm getting from these ETFs are just more tax efficient than a regular unfranked dividend from holding a different stock or fund. Now, moving on to real estate, according to the online tool that we use, our house has appreciated in value a little bit more over the last 4 weeks. Our latest online property evaluation gave us an $889,000 figure with high confidence. So subtracting the amount that we owe on the mortgage, that gives us $685,453.30 of equity. And that's a nice little bump to our equity. It's a positive swing of $18,034.49 or 2.7%. Moving on to crypto, I'm sure you've guessed it already, but I don't really do anything with this portfolio. I might in the future. but crypto isn't something that I'm really focused on at the moment. I currently hold $199.89 in crypto, and that is a negative swing of $6.86 or 3.4%. So again, we're in the red for crypto this month, but it's only a few dollars, so not worried. Now, moving on to superannuation or our retirement accounts. I have $71,358.67 in Q Super, and that is invested into their high growth index. And Sophie has $70,754.18 invested into Q Super's balance fund, which is just the level of risk that she is comfortable with. Add that together, that gives us a total of $142,112.85. And that puts us in the green with a gain of $4,447.09 or 3.2%. Now, cash and savings, we have $100 of physical cash here in the premises that we use to buy and sell off marketplace and for little emergencies. We have $64,681.50 in the offset account. Really nice to funnel a little bit more cash into there, although we're expecting to use some of this cash possibly to book some stuff for our overseas trips coming up. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to look next month. And we have $3,039.88 in our spending account, and we use this account to pay off our credit card every single month for any discretionary spending. Finally, debts and liabilities. I have $24,501.89 in HEX debt, and Sophie is completely HEX debt free. And we have zero consumer debt. Our credit card is paid off in full every single month, so we pay absolutely zero interest. Just like always, I didn't include the house contents or the value of our cars. Just know that we don't owe anything on them. And that gives us a total net worth of $890,032.98. And that is a positive swing of $23,887.65 or 2.7%. So a pretty big green month. Super happy with the result. Now, as always, I make these monthly to track my progress and to be transparent with my finances. So hit subscribe if you haven't already. And if you could also like the video as a personal favor to me, I would be very appreciative. Let me know what you think of my stock allocation and if you would do anything differently in my position. I've made a full video on it. If you want to know a few more details, I'll leave that in the end screen. But if you've got any opinions, I'd love to hear them. Leave them down in the comments below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. And as always, I wish you the very best on your wealth building journey.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to the end screen. If you want to see me break down my investing strategy in a little more detail, I'll leave a video for you right here. So just click that. Go ahead, you can click it now. Come on.